Charles, why don't you show the other consumption pattern quick for a minute, and then we've got one more topic on total cost of ownership.
Okay, thank you, Tim. So yeah, I'll show really quick what is considered like a composite dashboard. I'll go over a couple things real quick. So what we're seeing here is cross industries. So we have NCM Automotive and ARC, and we can, like I said, now in the future, it doesn't have to be silo-based industry. What we can do is there's a couple things I think I'll show really fast is that as I click on the cell, I can get to label all that information on the cell now, some of the stuff that we're not able to do. I actually can also do some stuff. Dan is the one that suggested this. If it's Xylem information, you'll actually see a little link here. We'll actually pop it open into Xylem. And so now you can get into Xylem right directly from your dashboard. And then some of the other things is that I talked about the AI part metrics. And so one of the things I wanted to show really quick is that how AI can now be a part of what we do in our pipeline. So as data went through our pipeline and those calculations were generated, there was a step that I did not show, which was the AI processing, where it actually took those metrics across the vertical and across the horizontals and actually generated AI metrics. So I'll go ahead and click that and show the AI metrics popping up here. So right here, and I kind of just, so hopefully I don't get in trouble, I generate that NCM Navigator thing myself. So, but this is just some AI metrics here that were generated across Curry Chevrolet. And this is, again, using just the metrics. Obviously, this is a small sample, but just kind of explaining based off some instructions, an agent that I trained using some of the instructions and the knowledge that we have. So this knowledge is stored onto that agent. So all this information about NCM, the graph database, those information is all stored. And that information is being used to generate this content here. So it'll give some priority issues. And obviously, I didn't have enough time to do the formatting. It'll explain some of the corrective actions that need to be done, why it matters, the business impacts, and it will go all the way through that and then eventually give a summary at the bottom. And that's across the vertical. But I also can go against the horizontal, against all the data too, and I'll choose this one here because it looks like there's data for everyone, and let it generate some more data. And so it's going to do the same thing. Now, one of the things we wanted to make sure is that the data is always the same. So once this data is generated, it's stored. So we're not incurring a cost the second time we hit this. So this is the same data every single time. So this is one of the efficiencies that we were able to do. So with this one, similar stuff is going to go through and talk about for each one of these systems here, and then eventually give some kind of key insights at the end of it. And this is obviously just very, very immature, right? As we mature this technology, this will become something that's more efficient. And these AI metrics just don't have to sit here. They can sit everywhere else. And I think Dan has some insights in here, so I'll just stop here.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt because we're at time already. So Brandis and Paul, just real quickly, 30 seconds. Brandis, you have these numbers already for total cost of ownership. Happy to dive. We've got a whole spreadsheet so we can dive into the details. What we're showing here is just the Google Seasons option compared to the path that we're currently on. So believe we're going to be significantly more cost effective. And hopefully this demo, while down in the weeds at times, hopefully showed you and gave you some confidence this team is executing. And I think we're going to be able to execute it well at a lower cost. And then, so happy to dive into these numbers in more detail. And then just at a high level in terms of next steps, we tentatively have the first half of the year planned to do migration planning, as I mentioned earlier, as well as finishing building out that whole data journey, the whole pipeline. The second half of the year right now, we're anticipating doing migrations from legacy to new, but we also want to allow an opportunity for the business to speak into our priorities. So for example, if there would be a need to do a Salesforce reset or a member transformation project, that might bump the migration from legacy to new, we could do that. So we are going to focus on building out the infrastructure first half of the year, but allow the business to help set priorities for second half. So.